I'm Laymon.
And I'm Rowdy Reeves. And we are former combat medics. Today we work for Chinook Medical Gear in product development.
In this video, we're breaking down 6 popular tourniquets currently being used in the field.
These tourniquets are the Combat Application Tourniquet, or CAT Gen 7, the Soft Tourniquet, the SAM XT, the SWAT T Tourniquet, the RMT Ratcheting Tourniquet, and the newest addition to our windlass lineup, the ETQ and ETQ Wide, also known as the Everyday Carry Tourniquet. Before we get started, let's talk a little bit about tourniquets. Can you tell us what a tourniquet is?
Oh, absolutely. A tourniquet is any device placed with the intent to control life-threatening bleeding from an extremity. That'd be an arm or a leg.
And everyone has their preference of tourniquet, but is there a best tourniquet?
Oh yes, the best tourniquet currently on the market is the one that you carry, and the one that you regularly practice with.
Absolutely, practice makes perfect with tourniquets, as close to perfect as you can get. Why would a civilian or non-military personnel carry a tourniquet?
Well, we know from our military background that the leading cause of preventable death is bleeding from the extremities. In the civilian world, car accidents happen all the time. I had a good friend of mine in a rural area that had a rather bad motorcycle accident, partial amputation, had to apply a tourniquet to save his own life. If he hadn't had one, he wouldn't be here today.
Certainly highlights the importance of carrying a tourniquet and staying ready. First up, we have the CAT Gen 7 by CAT Resources. Biggest improvement so far is the single routing buckle. Takes away the guesswork of how many holes to put your tail through, depending on your arm or your leg placement. You also get a much stronger windlass with a better grip from the texturing. There's a free-moving internal band that's separate from the external band, which has Velcro connection, so it's very easy and quick to apply, as well as some strategic heat welding that keeps your buckle from rotating when you put tension on the tourniquet. Great tourniquet, very popular, used by a lot of military organizations. Solid option.
And here we have the soft tourniquet from TacMed Solutions. It's a little bit different from the CAT, and let's get into that. It has the reinforced polyester webbing here. It has aluminum alloy windlass. It also has this fast attach clip. A lot of the operators in the field will tell you that the first thing that goes out of the window when it comes down to combat stress is fine motor skills. Being able to put this on, click it in, and not have to try and feed something through makes it a little bit easier. Now, as you crank this down with the metal windlass, everything is great. Now, something to be a little bit, just something to understand is when you go to use the windlass clip here to lock this in, it doesn't hold as well as you'd probably like it to. It's just there to help you get the locking mechanism in place. So, as this under tension, don't put all of the stress onto the windlass clip. Make sure you get this locked in.
Here we have the SAM XT, or the SAM Extremity Tourniquet from SAM Medical. The biggest difference between this and our other tourniquets is the True Force buckle that auto-locks with tension, giving you 2 prongs that poke through holes on the Velcro and tail of the tourniquet, giving you a primary and secondary locking system. So if one fails, you have a redundant system. This tourniquet features optimized features such as a tapered windlass clip, so the windlass slides in easier, an all aluminum windlass for when you're cranking down, obviously heavy duty construction. The tail is tapered so that it passes through the buckle easier, and the material is optimized for use with night vision. We have received reports from end users that this is the preferred tourniquet for maritime operations because of the primary and secondary securing systems. Can't really talk about who those reports came from, but just think maritime and you'll know. Overall, great tourniquet from SAM Medical.
And here we have the SWAT tourniquet from Safeguard Medical. It stands for Stretch, Wrap, and Tuck. All right, great thing about this tourniquet is that it's pretty simple to apply. On top of that, it is really good for small children and canines.
It looks just like an elastic band.
Kinda. Actually, it is. If you've ever had any type of injury, You had to get some type of physical therapy. Well, here you go.
Mm.
That's how you apply it. Great thing about this thing is it's sub $20. So if you need one for your house, you need something for your children, maybe your fur babies.
I like the form factor. I like how small they are.
Oh, yeah.
At that price, I mean, I would have one of these in the car, at the house, maybe on the boat. Good tourniquet.
And here we have the RMT from M2 Inc. We all know, or at least the majority of us know, that under extreme stress, the first thing that goes out the window is fine motor skills. So this allows you to engage your gross motor skills. Self-locking mechanism, so you don't have to worry about it loosening up on you. And it has positive feedback. You can feel it and hear it, knowing that it's tightening. And we have several versions. You have one that's a little bit larger. It's good for 120 pounds or above. Small ones for 120 pounds or less. And we also have various colors for more tactical environments versus more of a civilian atmosphere.
Great tourniquet, Cliff.
Absolutely.
Last but not least, Cliff, we have the ETQ and the ETQ Wide from Snake Staff Systems. All the familiar features of a typical windlass tourniquet condensed down into a very small package. Very convenient to carry. I carry one of these personally in my own EDC. With the ETQ, you get a 1-inch wide band, and with the ETQ Wide, you get a 1.5-inch band. So if you're, a little scared about moving with the 1-inch, you can always have the 1.5-inch. Now with the 1-inch, if you take a Cat Gen 7 and look at the internal band that runs throughout, you'll find that it's 1 inch in width. The ETQ is 1 inch in width. You do get comparable compression, which we have validated through our own testing with Doppler ultrasound. Now, those features that we were talking about that are familiar on these would be the textured windlass and the metal retaining clip for the windlass, as well as the Velcro adhering system. So when you tighten this back down on itself, pretty much the same operation as a Cat Gen 7. Additionally, you get an auto snap chem light that activates whenever you tighten the tourniquet. And some QR code activated instructions that you can view on your phone or tablet, as well as some written instructions here if you don't have time to hit that QR code. Both of these tourniquets are excellent. We've validated them in-house and personally carry them. Great tourniquets from Snake Staff Systems. Okay, talking about self-application. These tourniquets generally come staged from the factory, and that's windlass tourniquets, really. In the package, they are staged to open into a loop. We recommend that you open your tourniquets and inspect them for any sort of damage or irregularities, but generally they come from the factory, ready to use in a self-application orientation. So, to self-apply a tourniquet to your arm, you're just going to open the tourniquet into the full loop orientation, draw it over the injured arm, pull the tail as tight as it can go. You don't want to be spinning the windlass forever, but tighten that windlass down and verify by either watching the bleeding stop or placing your fingers on the pulse and feeling for the absence of it.
Now for a leg application, it's a little bit different. You have both of your arms to manipulate the tourniquet, so I highly encourage you to open it all the way up, slide it underneath the injured leg, cinch it up as high as you can up on that limb, goes back through, lock it down, cinch it as tight as you can possibly get it. Why? Just like Rowdy has already said, cinching that as tight as you can get it will make sure that you don't have to twist or click that tourniquet more times than you have to. Means that bleeding will stop a lot faster. Now, something else to talk about is if you plan on taking this tourniquet with you and you want to use this under a high-stress situation, that you have one that looks just like it to practice with. Why is that important? Well, as you use and manipulate these tourniquets, they break down, they degrade. The last thing you want is a tourniquet to break on you while you're trying to save your own life.
Absolutely. That's all the tourniquet content we have for you guys today. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. Give us a like and follow us on social media. But before you go, check out our website at chinookmed.com, where we sell our universal tourniquet carrier to hold any one of the 6 tourniquets we talked about today.
Not just that, we have everything from your basic home first aid needs all the way through your highest quality military kits. We also do custom kitting too.
Chinookmed.com has the right kit for you. Until we meet again, stay safe out there.